2015, the floods devastated Tadcaster, and the impact on local businesses was huge. While some shops had to close their doors for good, others managed to stay in business. Clay Fever, a ceramic studio, was one of the shops that kept its doors open and wanted to make something to rekindle the community spirit.
So we opened in October 2015. Very shortly later there was a flood, which many people know about, which cut off this side of the town from the other side. So it was a slow start for us. It's been a passion of mine to set up something like this for a long time, having been a teacher for 14 years, which I loved, but this kept niggling at me and I needed to get away and just open this. So this was my dream. Basically, while we had the flood, it was quiet on certain days, so I thought I need a project to get my teeth into, and I also wanted something that was going to be a real feature in my window. So I had a thought that I would do a large plate with a feature of the bridge in the middle. I didn't really know what I was going to do around the outside. It all sort of just happened. I started drawing a few of the shops in the town and then thought, actually, I need to put all the main feature shops around the side of the plate. So we do have the main shops on here. I put it in the window. Lots and lots of people have loved it and have said what a fantastic idea it is. And could they buy it? I've said I've no idea what price I would put on it. It took so long, but I would love people to have it. So the best idea I could come up with was to auction it off to the highest bidder.
But what made now the perfect time to auction off this very special plate?
I've looked at it for quite a long time now, so it needs to be somewhere else. It needs to be somewhere where somebody's really going to use it or just look at it every day, or as I say, in a conference room to be a feature of a business. I'll just be pleased that I've managed to raise some money for such a fantastic charity.
All the money made through the auction will be donated to Martin House.
I always wanted to do something to help a charity. This seemed like a good opportunity, and also I can't put a price on it. I just wouldn't want to say it's X amount, so whatever anybody would like to bid on it and know that that money is going to a charity, that would be fantastic. Obviously this is a business where we get a lot of children. Those are our main clients in the shop, so I felt that it needed to go somewhere that would represent a children's charity rather than possibly an adult's one.
The local charity couldn't be happier with Clay Fever's donation.
Really lovely to have the support of Jess and Clay Fever with her decision to auction this fabulous item to raise funds for our children. So we look after children and young adults from West, North and East Yorkshires. Personally, I drive through Tadcaster every day on my commute to work. So every time I've been driving through and I've seen this beautiful plate in the window, and then Jess got in touch and said, actually, I'm ready to part with it. I'd like to raise some money for you. How shall we do this? So an auction, see how many people we can reach and see what we can raise by putting it out there. So it's lovely to have the help of a business so close to the hospice.
Martin House and Clay Fever share a passion for art.
We find that art is so integral to what we do at the hospice. We're all about memory making with our families who come and stay. And that's what happens in Clay Fever. Got special members of our care team who are artists. And in fact, part of our celebrations this year have been around art because we commissioned a professional artist to work with our children and 9 primary schools across our catchment area to create a piece of installation art.
So how will the donation help the charity?
It's vital. We can only provide our services if our local communities, our supporting communities, enable us to give us the money to fund the services that we run. We always say that our money raised for us goes in the direct care of the children, and that's absolutely true. It would be lovely to think, and it may well be, that the money used goes towards the provision of art for our children and families. It's used very therapeutically, brings a lot of pleasure, and as I've said before, it is amazing in capturing memories and allowing families to enjoy their children while they've got them.
The auction has been held throughout September, with bids being taken in-store, online or over the phone, and the highest bidder will be announced on the 30th of September. Abby Walker, That's TV.
You could spend hours